Young Max, one more offence and you'll be behind bars. Flora, you're his mother. Find him something to do.
What are you doing right now?
You don't want to know.
Ireland often produces some good small films. Flora and Son is directed by John Carney. He also wrote it. It's the story of a mother and a son who are estranged, but then find something like music that brings them together. It's streaming on Apple TV+. I asked John about the chemistry.
Well, I don't think you can be sure until you get rolling. And I think that's the risk and excitement and, of casting. You don't know. You hope, and but you really, it's day 2 or 3. It's either like you've either got it here or you ain't. I feel like it has to either be there or not, right? So once you see it, or certain parts, because I think chemistry is probably made up of a few different parts. So the chemistry between the mother and the son is unique. It's not like the chemistry I had between my mother at all. But you start to see what the strengths are and the weaknesses. And I think if you're an observant director, you'll start to lean towards the parts of chemistry that are really working. And like with Joe and Eve, it was like as soon as they started to sing together, it popped in a very, very, very interesting way. And also listening to somebody sing to you is hellishly awkward sometimes, unless it's right. And then if it's right, it's beautiful and it's really easy. So that was interesting.
That's an interesting point because, of course, the music is a very important part of this as well. Was that set in concrete or did that evolve as well? Could you be open to various different ways of doing things?
I struggled with the sound of this movie a little bit more than the other few films I've made in that it had to really, really feel like it was coming out of those characters. These aren't, professional. She's learned 8 or 9 chords. She's got a beat-up guitar. They're not going to suddenly start writing the best album ever because it's going to be implausible. And modern audiences are going to go, hang on a second, you're telling me to believe these characters, but then you're giving me Bohemian Rhapsody? So you have to write and structure the music more specifically in this film than ever to suit those guys and to try and make something attractive and appealing and musical out of that, but not to the point where the suspension of disbelief breaks.
It's a fascinating process, and I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Thanks, nice to meet you.
Flicks with Patrick Stoner explores the craft and culture of filmmaking that enhance our communities for television stations and websites around the country.